Yeah, it was an awful day. I think the players showed their concentration levels, obviously because it hadn't stopped since the warm-up. So, yeah, very good start to the game. Really pleased with how we played against St Mirren system. Obviously, Stephen organises his team so well, but we played the system well. Because it's a switching game and you play against that sort of 5-3-2, you've got to go down one side, come out the other side, and a couple of our goals has come from that. So pleased with that aspect and how we concentrated in the game. Well, I think he's a very important player. Clearly he's been here for a few years now, so he understands the levels required, and unfortunately for him last year it was a wee bit hit and miss in terms of his training and availability, but this year he's been very good in pre-season, and he's carried that into the season. So I think for Reo, he's top class player. It's all going to be about consistency. Can he consistently do it week in, week out? Because if he can, then he's a big talent. Well, he's critical. He's the tempo setter for the team. He gives that reassurance to everyone else in the team. If the team's struggling or stuck, he can take the ball or do something, make something happen. And today he gets us off the mark. So what he does really well for the goal, he tracks the game. He moves with it, he goes down the side. Normally you find a lot of control on players as the ball progresses, and then it comes back out again, and we arrive at the edge of the box. Sometimes they can be quite a way away from it, but he was there, ready to get his touch and shot, and it was another great finish.
Hello and a warm welcome back to the Celtic Forever podcast. Celtic 3, St Mirren 0. Very, very confident, composed, a wee bit wasteful at times as well, but enough to get the win over the line. 3 points for Celtic, back to the top of the league. Let's say hello to John. How are you, buddy?
I'm alright. I'm good after watching the Aberdeen game as well. Watching them takes second spot.
Yeah, Aberdeen won as well, didn't they? So as you say, they move into second. Don't know where that leaves the rest of the clubs. Rangers in third or fourth or something, I'm not sure, after their celebrations yesterday. So yeah, back to the top where we belong. Next game up for us is Rangers at Celtic Park this weekend. We'll maybe touch on that after the review of the St Mirren game. We'll maybe touch on that a wee bit later on. So let's get into it, John. That's us now, 21 games unbeaten, so the run continues.
Aye, longer that run continues, the better, especially into next week. We'd like to see that change to 22 next week.
Yeah, that's the most important one, John. I would think that's if we go 5 points clear, what does that tell you, John? What do you think if we go 5 points clear next weekend?
Look, it all depends on who Celtic sign between now and next week, but look, there's still a lot of work to be done. If we win next week and go 5 points clear, it's still another 35 games to go. Sorry, 34 at that time, but it's a hell of a long way to go. But, it gives Celtic confidence. It puts them in a bit of a downer, so aye, all good.
Yeah, and I think we're linked to Barcelona left-back Alex Valle for a year-long loan. So that's in the news today, obviously. We'll keep a close eye on that one. Yeah, and obviously I think there's an international break after next weekend as well. But John, let's touch on the signings thing. Obviously, we've lost Matt Reily. He's gone now, John. He's a Brighton player. Good luck to Matt as well, and thank you for everything you've done for us. We do appreciate everything you've done, and good luck to Matt O'Reilly. But we now need players in the door, John, and as the banner says at the bottom there, John, 100%, we cannot afford to lose any more of our big stars, our main players, John. That's it. No more. Matt's gone. Let's bolt the door and get some players in the door.
Aye, we need to get a couple of decent quality players. And have you seen the video that's circulating with the Celtic fans having a go at Lobwell?
No, John, tell us all about it. I've not heard anything.
It's just somebody's filmed the Celtic fans when they're queuing up to get in the game, and Lowell's walked past and they're telling him to get the money spent and all that stuff. It's quite funny, actually. Have a wee watch it.
Yeah, I'll have a look out for that, John. I didn't see it. I just watched the game today and then just did what I normally do on a Sunday. So it was good. It was a good wee afternoon. I did enjoy it. That yellow strip again, John. How lovely is the new away strip, the second kit? I was a bit concerned about Celtic wearing the third strip today, but worries were put at ease when I saw the boys coming out with the yellow strip. It's lovely, John, and absolutely no concerns about colour clashes there.
Aye, it looks good. I like the strip. I like the yellow with green. It always looks really nice. That's my favourite away strip, is that colour combination. Aye, it looks really good. I like that new strip. I don't like the third kit they've brought out right enough. It looks nice, like I says, if you're going to wear it as a t-shirt. But I think some of the darker kits are kind of hard to see when you're playing against, like St Mirren at night time. Like we seen last season, Celtic playing at St Mirren Park, and it was, when the ball was on the other side of the pitch, you could hardly see the players at all.
Yeah, it was poor, John. So this new strip makes a big difference, I think. So we'll park that there. Let's move on, John, because it's a massive week for Celtic. We do know that, obviously, don't we? Everybody knows that. This is our biggest week, of the season so far. Transfer window closes at the end of the week. We've got the Champions League draw on Thursday as well. And then we've got the Glasgow Derby on Sunday. So a massive week for Celtic, John. As I say, keeping a hold of our main stars is the priority for me. After beating Rangers, that is, because the main priority is beating Rangers next weekend. Then we've got to make sure we keep a hold of our stars, and then we can all look forward to the Champions League draw as well.
I am looking forward to see who Celtic get the Champions League, but first and foremost, I think the Champions League draws on Thursday, isn't it? And then it's the Derby match, which to me, obviously, right now is the most important game on the calendar right now. All the Derby matches, that's the big games for me, Xander. Champions League, we're never going to win it. It's extra money, and it's good to see some big teams coming to Celtic Park. Look, it's all about the domestic stuff for me. It's all about beating them, especially. And this season, I would like to see Celtic take a few points off some of these teams in the Champions League at Celtic Park and possibly qualify for the last 16. A big ask, though.
That's a big ask. You're right, John. It's a massive ask, but it can be done. Obviously, we've lost one of our main players, one of our scalpers, if you like. He's gone, Matt. So we need to try and get 2 or 3 in before the transfer window closes at the end of the week, John. That's a priority for every Celtic supporter. As you said, the fans venting their frustration at Lawwell on that video you were talking about. So, yeah, we must be sitting with nearly 200 million in the bank now with the sale of Matt Reily, 25 million plus add-ons. Yeah, okay, John, before we go any further, I want to do the competition because obviously we need to announce the winner of the competition, correct score competition, 3-0 to Celtic against St Mirren. And we'll do our wee Wheel of Fortune draw, have a wee look, and we'll do the spin. Yeah, John, so congratulations to Raymond Steele. Congratulations, Raymond. You've won the Henrik Larsson wall-mounted metal plaque. So congratulations to you. We'll need you to get onto Messenger or Facebook. Send a private message with your address, Raymond. I'll get that sent out to you on Monday morning. You should reach it by the middle of the week. So congratulations to Raymond. That was over 200 entries into the competition. It's getting busier and busier, this, John. And 25 correct entries, including our Roseanne. So well done to all 25.
Aye, well done to Raymond, first and foremost. Commiserations to everybody else that entered. Good effort getting the score right, but there can only be one winner, so aye, well done to...
You broke up a wee bit there, John. I don't know if it came through on the pod, but we'll have a wee look at that. Yeah, we're going to maybe include her into our wee personal competition, correct score between us two, maybe add Roseanne, because I think I make that about 8 she's got right so far, John.
She's done better than me, I think. This season I've got nothing right so far. I was close today. I couldn't see a third goal coming the day, actually. I predicted 2-0, but I couldn't actually see a third goal coming the way the second half was gone. But we'll get into the game shortly. Well done, Roseanne, getting your score right. We might involve you in the predictor this season because you're no bad at it.
Yeah. Okay, we'll have a look at that, John. And well done to everybody else that got it right. And as you say, John, unlucky to everybody else that entered. Just keep entering the competitions. It's just a wee bit of fun, and we give away a prize as well. So keep your ears open for the next one for the Glasgow Derby. Right, John, let's get into the review of the game, the post-match reaction, if you like. And the first thing I noticed, John, and this is mind-boggling because there was no Awata on the bench, right? So no Awata. So we didn't have the choice of pushing up Callum and bringing on Hatate in the anchor role. He wasn't there, John. What's going on there? I mean, I didn't hear of any injuries or anything to Hatate.
No, according to Brendan, they had a full squad to pick. And Awater's no there. It's a really strange one. That Awater's a top player. And the sale of Matt Reily, I was expecting Awater to be starting the day, and he's no there. If anybody knows, let us know. But it's a very strange one, that.
Yeah, because I was thinking Hatate, even if he comes on as a sub later on, because when Bernardo was, he's not played many games, Bernardo, and when they took him off, it was screaming for Hatate to come on and push Callum up one. But that option wasn't there. So, it had to be Thiago Holm that came on, but we'll get to that a wee bit later. So no Hatate on the bench. So we started with Bernardo, didn't we? And then up front we had Big Adam Ida, John. He started the game. We both picked Kyogo, I think, to start the game. Or did I pick maybe Maida up front after last week's goals against Hibs? But no, he started with Big Ida up front and Forrest with Maida on the wings. So, John, both of us were wrong. I suppose everybody was sort of wrong, because I didn't really expect you to start this one. He's not quite match fit, is he?
No, he's not played for a while. I know he played 20 minutes or whatever it was last week, but he didn't look match sharp, to be honest with you. I don't think he looked ready to start Xander.
Maybe give him some minutes in the legs before the Glasgow derby, possibly, John. I don't know, but that's a bit of a risk if you're asking me, if he's not quite 100%. And we'll get into his performance, John, as we go on. Whilst we touch on St Mirren, O'Hara was dragged off the treatment table, John, to start this one. He's not played in 4 weeks, O'Hara. And it showed, because O'Hara looked very leggy as well for St Mirren. So that was two players that weren't 100% fit. Ida and O'Hara, two strikers, not 100% fit. And I think it showed.
I wasn't really paying attention to O'Hara, but obviously I did notice that he was playing. I thought he was out for sure, but he made the appearance. I think he lasted the full 90 minutes as well.
Yeah, it's a strange one. Anyway, John, as you say, we're not here to talk about St Mirren. I just noticed that he was more or less lying in his bed ill, and then they dragged him off the treatment table to play this one. So obviously, they filled their team as well, John, with big giants. Did they not? 6 foot plus players, about 8 of them. Big tall team for the defenders to deal with the whole game, and I think we coped with it pretty well.
That's what I was thinking as well. It's like they've fielded 11 big knuckle draggers here. And they were putting their weight about, they were throwing their weight about there, weren't they? They were a big physical team, St Mirren. Got some half decent players in there, Xander. I like the look of that boy Taylor at the back. I think he's a thoroughly decent defender, that boy.
Yeah, Taylor, he is good. And we spoke about him last season as well, the Taylor for St Mirren. But yeah, just big physical defenders. Then the midfield was physical, John. And I thought we coped with that admirably, to be honest with you. I thought we were brilliant. The defence, another clean sheet, I might add as well, John. It's another clean sheet for the defenders. So, Kasper Schmeichel, I think he's touched the ball about 3 times for his game with Celtic.
I think he had one save to make in the whole game. One save. I know he had a few pass backs when the Celtic passed it about the back, but he had one save in that whole game, Xander. That just shows you the dominance.
Yeah, that's it. And then we get the goal. McGregor, and what a goal it is. We lay off from Forrest, 25 yards out, maybe a wee bit further actually. A couple of minutes on the clock, John. It's another early goal, to settle the nerves. Boom, boom, boom. What a hit from Callum McGregor, Captain Cal Mac, 1-0. Puts everybody at ease, John, very early on in this one.
Aye, what a finish. That's a couple of screamers Cal Mac's banged in. Look, he's going to need to chip in with a few goals this season, because, like you said earlier, we've lost Matt Valle, one of the main contributors of goals for Celtic and assists last season was Matt Reily, and I think Cal Mac's got to start chipping in with a few more goals. He's got it in his lockers, and you can see the ability that he's got, especially from distance. Top quality finish today again.
I think the chains from international duty have been released, John, and I think you're seeing a difference already. 3 games gone in the season. 2 goals, 2 beautiful goals, I might add, John. I think there's a lot of pressure released there for Callum McGregor retiring from international duty. What do you think? Do you think that's maybe helped?
Possibly. I don't know. It's just he's in top form right now. Callum McGregor, again, another outstanding performance by the captain today. I thought wee Callum was out of this world today. His goal was outstanding, but like I say, he's going to have to chip in with a few more goals this season after losing Reily to Brighton.
Yeah, I know.
I'm laughing, you know what I mean? Brighton.
I know, John, who beat Manchester United yesterday, so they've got a decent team, Brighton, so he might do well down there. He might get his move to a Man City or something. No, if he bides his time, Matt O'Reilly, but he's their player now, John. We just need to move on, and hopefully we get some quality in the door to replace Matt. This Gogic yellow card, John, that was a bit of a nasty one, wasn't it? The tackle from Gogic, yellow card, 4th minute. As you said a couple of minutes ago, John, they were putting their weight about a wee bit, and that was their first attempt at putting their weight about, yellow card.
Aye. Oh, Big Gogic, I like Big Gogic. He's a big gentleman, and he's one of the players that helps the opposition players back to their feet, make sure they're okay and all that. He's a nice big guy on the park. He's not an animal. He's not really known for that kind of tackle. Just don't know if it was just badly timed or frustration, but aye, deserved that yellow.
Yeah, it was a nasty one. I like Gogic as well, by the way, just off the cuff. I like him. He's a decent player as well. But that was a nasty one. So yellow card and a deserved yellow for me. And maybe this chance for Hatate, John, who, by the way, had a brilliant game. But the miss, was it a miss? Was it a save from about 8 yards out in the 13th minute? I put it down to a decent save, John. But maybe Rio could have put it in the corner. Decent effort and a really good save.
That's a good save, but I don't really call them great saves when they're kind of right at the keeper. They don't have to move much to get to it, you know. A good save for me is a goalkeeper flying right across the 6-yard box, 6 feet in the air and tipping it over the bar. That's a good save to me, but when it's hit right at the keeper, I think it's just reaction save, you know, call it reaction save. The kind of thing you would naturally do yourself if somebody threw a ball at you, you know.
Yeah. Balcom, the goalkeeper's name is Balcom. It was a good save.
A good keeper's under.
Yeah, he is. But I also think, John, that Rio could have done a wee bit better. Maybe I'm being harsh. I don't know. But anyway, it's a good save, and we move on. This shot pull in the box for the penalty that we didn't get. Are we ever going to get a penalty this season, do you think, John? It doesn't look like it, does it? When it showed you the replay on Sky, it's a stone waller. He's pulled his jersey for about 3 seconds, halting his progress, John. So it's inside the box, it's a penalty. So why is it not given?
Don't know why it's no given. I thought it was a penalty as well. Look, we're not going to shout for everything in the box that's a penalty, but there was 2 decisions today. I'm sure we'll get to the second one, which I think was worse. But it was a penalty for me all day. But I don't know what we've got to do to get a penalty, but we'll need to ask the officials that one, I'm afraid.
Yeah. Just as well we're winning these games, isn't it, John? Anyway, a minute later, Big Either's through and goal. Wasn't a beautiful pass for Hatate. Again, brilliant today, Hatate. I know I keep saying it. But beautiful through ball to Ida. And he's at a slight angle. Last season, Big Either would have buried it. Just not quite fit, John. He sort of scuffs his shot, slight angle, right into the keeper's arms.
Aye, it was a poor effort. But look, he's just to get his match sharpness up a wee bit, that's all. He's obviously fit enough to play, he's just no sharp enough. But he's got to be doing better than that, I suppose.
Yeah, fair play. But it will be that wee bit sharper next weekend. Anyway, moving on, we get the second goal, John. Hatate, about 17, maybe 16 yards out. Slight angle, off the post, half volley. Beautiful, absolutely stunning. It was a wee layoff from Maida as well. Wee header, layoff header. Straight to the toe on the half volley. What a finish, John. And you couldn't keep the smile off this boy's face. It's just lovely to see, isn't it?
He's very capable, Hatate, and he has got it in him to score goals. But again, that's another player that's going to have to step up with chipping in with the goals this season. Don't think Hatate's gone anywhere. But lovely finish. Lovely finish. And Nice wee chip through from Alistair Johnston as well, right onto Dyson's head. And he just heads it back to Hatate, first time volley. Stunning finish. What a goal.
Yeah, what a finish. Yeah, and then Baroni's just streak at this point, isn't it, John? It's a cakewalk at this point, 2-0. Cruise and St Mirren don't have a look in, really, if you want to be honest. Another penalty claim, John, the 39th minute, Maida, another one not given. So we just need to move on for these decisions, I suppose.
If they're no given, I mean, we can bring up the fact that we know what's happening. We see it all the time. All the Celtic fans are watching this and wondering what have Celtic got to do to get a penalty.
Mm-hmm. No, John. It's this is a stone waller for me as well. But as you say, there isn't actually any point going on about it. It's no given. It's no given. We can only voice our opinions. That's all we can do. So we'll move on, John, because this next one was outstanding bit of football. St Mirren boys running through in goal, John, with 2 minutes to half time. And what a block for Liam Scales. What a block. A goal scoring block, John. You know, he gets his leg across the striker and puts it out for a corner kick. And watching it in real play was just lovely to watch. Scales outstanding again today. But what a block. What a tackle. A goal saving tackle for Liam Scales there, John.
Aye, it's something we don't talk about often, defenders' performances, but, well, we do talk about it, but no during the kind of match. We give them marks because they seldom have anything to do. But the day I thought both Vickers and Scales, the two of them were outstanding, but aye, that block was out of this world, aye. Fantastic, big Liam.
Yeah, fantastic, John. Sorry about the noise in the background there. Yeah, John, it was just lovely to watch, and that's what he's there to do. We know that, but you've got to give the boy a bit of praise when he comes out with a tackle like that. The other thing that happened in the first half was that shot at the very end from Rio, went it maybe about 25 yards out, just whizzes by the post. So yeah, he was on form today, Rio, getting his shots away as well. What did you think of the first half performance?
Aye, 10 out of 10 performance in the first half. I thought it was outstanding. I says that when we did the podcast, I says Celtic will dominate that game, they'll control it, and they'll win comfortably. And that's exactly what the first half delivered. Very comfortable, aye. Easy on the eye.
Yeah, easy on the eye. And as you say, comfortable. That's the one word I was used to sum that first half up. Into the second half, we've got a wee effort right away within a couple of minutes. Forrest, takes his wee run into the box, but he takes a touch too many, John. And I noticed a few of our wingers doing that today, taking extra touches by that time. We spoke about this on the podcast yesterday, John, the preview, about wingers taking extra touches and then it's too late, hitting these shot off defenders. It happened today with Forrest, and it happened with Kuhn when he came on. But that's what happened here, John. He takes his extra touch, shot off the defender, out for a corner kick, John. He's got, James, he's an experienced player. He knows to get his shot away earlier.
I can't remember the incident, but look, a lot of St Mirren defended well today. I thought, even though they lost 3 goals, they were defensively really well set up. I don't remember the incident, but I'm just putting it down to it could have been, it wasn't possible to get the cross in with the defenders surrounding the wingers because that was going on all day. I thought Celtic players, they never found much, excuse me, they never found much space to get across in the day because St Mirren defended doggedly, I thought.
Yeah, they did. But this particular one, John, Forrest had space and he took that extra touch. Anyway, we'll move on. St Mirren finally get a shot, John. This is one you were talking about earlier, the comfortable save for Schmeichel in 56th minute. I don't even know who hit the shot, but it was right down the goalkeeper's throat. And I think that was the only effort and goal they had the full game.
That is the only effort they had in the whole game. It's the only save Casper Schmeichel had to make. It was right at him, really, wasn't it? But he was given too much space to get that shot away. I think he took the shot. He could have took another couple of steps, I thought, the St Mirren player. But he's decided to hit it from about, I think, 20 yards or something, straight into Casper's arms.
Yeah, well, it's a shot at least, I suppose. And they're showing a bit of intent. Substitution time, Ida off, Kyogo on, Kuhn on, Forrest off. And Kuhn gets a shot right away, John, within 3 minutes of coming on. But that's the one I was talking about as well. You spoke about it the other day as well, taking around 10 players, and this time he tried it again, taking it around 10 players before then getting the shot away and it's blocked. John, he's got to hit that shot earlier, but it's exactly what you spoke about on the preview, what he did against Hibs last week, and he's done the same again. Nicholas, he's just on the park, you've got to remember that, I suppose. He's only been on a couple of minutes, so he's a bit rusty. But it's a shot, John, nevertheless, and it's blocked by the defence. As you say, the defence was solid with St Mirren the day, even though we scored 3 goals.
Aye, he's obviously comfortable in his own ability, Nicholas Kuhn, to hold on to the ball so long and try and take it around the whole team again. And that's just the way he plays. He's obviously very comfortable on the ball. He knows he's capable. He knows his ability level. And he fancies himself to take the ball for a walk quite a lot.
He does. Yeah, and that was one example of it. But he's got bags of ability, bags of ability. So Kyogo then gets a shot 4 minutes later. That's saved by Big Balcom in the goal. About 15 yards out. Not much to say there, John. Just a decent effort for Kyogo. He looked very pacey the day, Kyogo. What did you think?
I think it's just Ida looked very slow.
That could be something to do with it, John. We'll get to Ida when we're doing the individual scoring. But he did look quite slow the day, Big Ida, didn't he? It wasn't quite himself today.
No. But I think that's why Kyogo looked a lot faster. It's just the fact that Big Adam Ida never had half of that pace. Adam Ida's game was the day was about holding the ball up. I think he held it up pretty well, and I think he also chased back to win the ball back a couple of times as well. So he did a couple of good things, but in front of goal, he's still to get his sharpness. He'll be okay in a few weeks, Sander.
Well, yeah, that's it, John. Just needs minutes. That's all it is. And then we get this header for Maida, and how unlucky was Maida with the header? Wide from a corner, jumps beautifully like a salmon, like you like to say, John. Salmon in the air, knocks his header just wide of the post. Maida unlucky.
Aye. That was about 4 yards wide. It's just, I think it looked a bit closer, but it shows you the replay. It kind of looked like it bounced about 4 yards past the post. But he was unlucky. He's only a short guy as well, getting in amongst all the big defenders. So, he was unlucky, But it's a hard job for a guy like Maida to out-jump 6'5" defenders when he's only 5'8". So, well done getting into the position to get the header.
Yeah, unlucky. Yeah, it was a good effort. As you say, in between the big mountain players, defenders, midfielders, and winning the ball.
Mountain men.
Mountain men. He was very unlucky. So moving on, 71st minute, we get the goal, buries the game. A lay off for Kuhn, isn't it? A nice wee run into the box for Kuhn. And it's nicely put away by Alistair Johnston with a sort of easy chance, isn't it? But you've got to be there, right place, right time, knocks the ball into the net. Nice wee assist for Kuhn, 3-0 Celtic.
I thought that was a really nice goal, that actually. I think Alistair Johnston finished that like a striker, high into the roof of the net, giving the keeper absolutely no chance. That's a good finish for a right back, Xander.
Yeah. It's just one of the cutbacks, wasn't it? Put into the net, one of the ones. But yeah, easy street at this point, John. You can relax, make yourself a cup of tea. The game's well and truly dead and buried at 3-0. And we sort of took our foot off the gas after the third goal, I thought. What did you think?
It just fizzled out. After that. Nothing really happened after that. That was it. Game, set and match. By the way, we've seen Kyogo and all that missed chances like the one Alistair Johnston took today. You've got to bear that in mind as well. That was a good finish.
Yeah, John, it's a goal. That's it. That's what we're reporting on. It's a goal. He buried it. Game's finished. All the work was done with Nicholas Kuhn, setting him up, and he's there to put the ball into the net. So we're all happy. We'll take the 3-0, but obviously with them scoring the 6 goals yesterday, maybe some people were wanting an extra couple of goals, possibly, John.
Aye, definitely. I was hoping for another couple, but look, we're still better in goal difference than Rangers are. So right now we're on 3 wins in the league, 3 clean sheets in the league as well, which is quite rare for Celtic, starting a season with 3 clean sheets and 3 wins.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all good.
It's all good, yeah, John. We'll round up the game then. Let's round it up. This tackle on Greg Taylor, John, from Rooney. When it showed you the replay from the side angle camera, that was a red card. Yet again, John. The ball is halfway up the field and he just lashes out at Greg Taylor, swipes away his legs, falls to the ground. He's obviously just been booted on the shins. He gets a yellow for his trouble, I suppose, but for me, that was a red card.
Aye, well, Greg Taylor got a yellow as well. And St Mirren got the free kick. So I don't know. I can't really remember.
Mystifying. That's mystifying. Why is Greg Taylor yellow carded? Because he got booted. And Rooney gets a yellow as well when he should have been red carded. That is a mystery to me, John. Can you explain that?
No, I can't explain it. All I know is Greg Taylor gets booted deliberately up in there, and St Mirren get a free kick for it, and Greg Taylor gets booked. It is mystifying. And Rooney's just a big cat horse, isn't he? Big knuckle dragger. No ability at all. Puts his weight about. That's all he's got. Same as probably a lot of that St Mirren team today, just throwing their weight about, trying to bully Celtic. The Celtics are very, very small teams, but they don't get bullied that easy. No,
they don't, John. No matter what height the team are, they don't get bullied, the Celtic lads. It's a very experienced squad we've got there. And hopefully we add some more experience to the squad this week.
As it you says again, Clyde built.
Clyde built. Low sense of gravity.
A low centre of gravity and Clyde built. Aye, that's it.
That's the Celtic squads. Ralston on. Thiago Holm on. I think Bernardo and Taylor went off, went it. So we'll get to the individual scoring in a minute, John. Bernardo is right away the day I saw he's a more defensive type midfielder. I'm not saying he was playing defensively. What I'm saying is he passes the ball back, whereas Matt always tries to find the forward pass. So that's the difference I noticed right away between Matt Reily and Bernardo.
Aye, look, Bernardo's not had time to settle into the team yet. He is a good player, Bernardo. Give him time to settle into his role. I think we've got a decent player there. Unless we sign somebody else. I really don't know, but no, look, Bernardo ain't no Matt Reily. Matt Reily, his assists and his goals. So, you know, he was definitely Celtic's top goal scorer last season, wasn't he? No, Bernardo. Matt Reily.
Yeah, Matt was top scorer, yeah. And player of the year, wasn't he? But, John, I'm not saying he's any worse or better than Matt Reily. I see a difference in the style there. So we still need somebody in the Matt Reily ilk in the squad, John, signed this week. We need somebody of that ilk signed. We've got the money there, John. We need to start spending this money.
Aye, well, watch that Peter Lawwell video. That's what the fans were saying to him.
Yeah,
they weren't happy with him. But aye. Speaking of fans today, what about these St Mirren fans? Do you hear the way they were screaming and shouting and fiending this and what's going on with these guys? I mean, I watched, was it Hibs playing St Mirren? And Hibs TV was right beside them. You could hear it even louder, the language of them, whoever these guys are in the same section. You can hear the same voices all the time. I heard the Celtic fans as well the day calling, I think it was about 2 or 3 of them were singing it after we got denied the penalty with Maeda. Something about the ref being, who's the Mason in the black they were singing. About 3 Celtic fans singing it. I thought it was maybe Brendan Rodgers in the bench that was singing it.
It could have been. You don't know. Kennedy and Rodgers and the Strang.
Because you don't usually hear, you know, a few Celtic fans singing at an away game. You know, if it was because it must have been close to where the camera was, and you just heard "Who's the Mason in the Black?" about 3 people singing it. So that must be the bench. Maybe, I don't know. It's funny that stuff. But the St Mirren fans are a bit kind of mental, aren't they? They're just a few of them are anyway. Generally speaking, they tend to be all right.
Yeah, I put that video on, the Love Street video, just as a wee taster before the day's game on Facebook. The Love Street 5-0 where we won the league. And one of the commenters got back to me and said he was at the game, and after the game, the St Mirren fans were pelting Celtic fans with stones and rocks. So don't know how much truth is in that, John, but that was obviously a long time ago. Anybody's heard anything like that, let us know in the comments. But John, let's move on. Yeah, Rooney yellow card, so that was quite bad. No red card there. We've made the substitutes as well, John. The game just fizzes out, as you say. Then a final sub, Hatate off and Turley on, the young boy. He only had 5 or 6 minutes, John, but the young boy looked decent, Turley.
It's hard to gauge it on an appearance for 10 minutes maximum, but he was putting himself about, which I like. He was getting stuck into the tackles. I like to see that for all the Celtic players. Well, I think that's instilled into the Celtic players not to get bullied like that, and that young boy was no different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it. He looked okay. I liked to look at him. As you say, he never had much time to make an impact on the game. But he looks decent, so we'll see how much game time he gets in the future, John. Stats, a couple of stats. 76% possession to St Mirren's 24. 21 shots to St Mirren's 3. 8 on target to St Mirren's 1. 701 completed passes by Celtic to St Mirren's 155 completed passes, John. So just another case of total domination.
I was going to say a walk in the park. It was a walk in the park the first half, but the second half there was a more battling performance by St Mirren. I thought they were getting stuck into everything, but generally speaking, Celtic never looked troubled at any time. No,
it was very comfortable indeed. I felt so relaxed watching the game. In fact, I felt so relaxed I was falling asleep at one point in the second half. Anyway, man of the match time, John. I think we're all going to agree with this one. Who's your man of the match?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if we're going to agree. I mean, I'll give you my player markings quickly first. Goalkeeper, 7, nothing to do. Carter Vickers, 7. Liam Scales, 8. Alistair Johnston, 8. Greg Taylor, 8. Who else? Let's see. Reo Hatate, I thought he had a blinding game. I thought I'll give him a 9. Callum McGregor, 9.5. Who was the other midfielder? Paulo Bernardo, 6. Up front, Adam Eder, 6. Diza Maeda, 7. And James Forrest, 7 as well, Xander.
Similar to mine, John. It's very similar. I mean, we're watching the same game, obviously, aren't we? So it's going to be similar. Both centre backs, 8. Both wingers, 7.5. No, I'm going to get Greg 7 because he made a few mistakes in the first half. So 7 for Greg and 7.5 for Alistair. Calmac, 8. Hatate, 9. Bernardo, 6.5 possibly. Eder up front, 6. Maeda, 7.5, and Forrest, 7. So yeah, around about the same, isn't it, John?
Aye, it's kind of similar, but anyway, my man of the match isn't the same as your man of the match. I'm giving my man of the match to Callum McGregor the day, Xander. I thought Callum McGregor played out his skin the day. He was turning players inside out. They didn't know where to go to pick him up. He didn't know which direction he was going to go. He was leaving them dumbfounded. I thought Callum McGregor, and a beautiful goal as well. My man of the match goes to Callum McGregor today. Reo Hatate, a very close second. Very, very close. He was outstanding enough.
Yeah, John. Mine's is Callum as well, actually. No, I'm looking. I'm going to get to Rio. Blinding performance. Blinding. Beautiful goal as well, John. Very similar, scores for both the lads, McGregor and Hatate. So it's 50-50 choice there, isn't it? I'm going with the sponsors because that was the sponsors, Hatate. But everything I saw Hatate doing the day, John, was just brilliant. Even his efforts, they were close, etc. You just saw that everything he done was with quality, total quality. Same as Callum, everything he done was quality as well. So, yeah, John, it's you could put a fag paper between them for man of the match, I suppose. You're going with Callum, I'm going with Rio. Kind of disagree, John. I can't disagree with you either, to be honest with you, because Callum could easily win man of the match.
Well, it did with me.
Aye, you.
No, it could have went to either of them. I think I agree with you. It could have been Rio. I thought he was outstanding, like you say. He played an absolute blinder the day, Reo Hatate. But my eye was constantly drawn to how Callum McGregor was turning these players inside out. He looked like a 21-year-old, Sander. The pace, the quickness of the turns, the passes, the movement. He was all over the place. I thought, I can't give him a man of the match to anybody other than Callum McGregor. But Reo Hatate as well, outstanding performance. That's what Rio's capable of. The best player in Scotland, in my opinion, Reo Hatate.
Yeah.
I've said that even last season and the season before. And let's hope. Look, we're not going to miss Reily, that's what I hope. And Reo Hatate's going to make sure of that, I think, this season.
Yeah, there's just that wee extra spark missing now, John. And I'm hoping that gets resolved by the end of the week with a couple, maybe even 3 extra signings in the door, John. So we'll touch on it in midweek because it's just a quick one the night doing the post-match. We're looking at several midfielders as well. So I think there's going to be quite a bit of movement, John, especially on that transfer window deadline day. So we'll keep that a very close eye on that. Right, John, that wraps it up. 3-0 to Celtic. Very comfortable. Well done, the lads. You know, back to the top of the league where we want to be at the end of the season. So, yeah, just good to see us back at the top of the league. Let's have a wee touch on our next fixture. We can now do that because this game is over. Rangers next week, John, at Celtic Park. No Rangers fans. You know, Rangers got all the confidence they needed. 6-0 against Ross County on Saturday. How do you see this one panning out at this early stage?
I've not watched Rangers yet, so I couldn't really say. But like they thrashed Ross County 6-0. It's no great achievement that is, it beating Ross County at home. But like they're up against it.
Yeah, sorry, you go, John. Yeah.
I'm just going to say they're up against it next week when they come to the home of the champions with no fans. That's when they'll crumble, Xander.
Yeah, I think you're right, John, and I can only hope that that's the case as well, because we can't predict the future. We don't know what's going to happen, but that's what we're looking for, isn't it? For them to crumble, Celtic to demolish them, and you never know. We might have an extra 3 or 4 £5 million players in the door at that point. So we'll wait and see what happens. I think it's going to be the same as every game I've played this season so far, John. I think we're going to dominate the game. I think we're going to win the game. And I think Rangers, as you say, I think they're going to crumble, John. But we'll wait and see what happens next week. But all the confidence they need, beating Ross County 6-0, John. That's their 4th home game in a row for Rangers. 4 in a row, home games. So they're getting all these, handouts just now, helping hands. But they're away next week, John. They're at the home of the champions, as you say, Paradise. So it's going to be a different story next week.
Certainly hope so. It's certainly going to be a tough game for them. But we know how they are when there's no fans. What happened when they won the game 6-0? Did they do a world tour in an open top jumbo jet?
Well, I saw a post on Facebook. I've not actually looked. I've not saw their game either, John. I've not done anything about it. I just saw on the BBC they won 6-0. But I did see a post on Facebook that they were celebrating a game. So I don't know if that's the same as the St Johnston game or not. If anybody knows, let us know in the comments. But they were celebrating yet again, beating Ross County at home. So it doesn't matter.
Trying to show our togetherness, Sander. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to show everybody that we're together in this. We are the people. Blah 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 blah. Until they come to Celtic Park next week and crumble.
Yeah, that's it, John. But it's a total different story. There's a difference between playing Ross County and St Johnston and whoever else they've played, John, at home, to going to Celtic Park to face the champion Celtic. It's a different story. Right, we'll get more into that anyway when we do the preview next week, next Friday, for the Rangers game. we'll dive more into that, obviously, and hopefully by then there'll be a few more signings over the door. Quick mention of the competition winner before we go, John. Just a quick one tonight, 45 minutes. Raymond Steele, congratulations to Raymond. He was drawn out of the Wheel of Fortune. So congratulations to him. Unlucky to everybody that got the score correct, because 3-0 was a popular one, 25 correct entries. So I kind of give 25 prizes away, I'm afraid. It's just one winner. And thank you to everybody that entered the competition as well. We'll do a competition in midweek for the Rangers game. That'll be quite good as well. We're looking forward to that. Anything you want to add, John, before we go? We sum up? Anything you want to add? What's your final thoughts?
Just good preparation for the derby game. That's all we wanted today. We got that. I think Celtic's ready for that.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to get any decent signings in this week? I certainly hope so, because that'll boost the confidence of the Celtic squad. So I'm looking forward to see who we bring in before this game. And are they going to be match ready? That's the other thing, isn't it? Because we don't want to bring somebody in that's not ready to play in the big derby match. But this week's going to be an exciting one, I think.
Definitely, it's going to be busy for Celtic. It's going to be exciting, as you say, John. There's a lot of eyes are going to be on Celtic Football Club. With the Champions League draw, that's massive. Glasgow derby, that's massive for us. And the other thing is the signings, John, the transfer window. So what a week we've got lying and waiting for us. And we just hope that the Champions League draw is kind. We hope that we beat Rangers, obviously, and 3 or 4, or 2 or 3 even, extra bodies in the door.
Aye, I would like to see a few bodies in the door, especially a left-back, central midfielder. We need cover in the centre-half position as well, and I think we could also use another striker.
Yeah, definitely, John. But, there's a lot of rumours flying about with players, etc. But only Brendan knows who he's going to sign, John. So nobody really knows anything. As I say, there was various rumours and players. Let me have a wee quick look, John, before we go on some of the names that was linked, right? We had Arne Engles was linked, Alvin Sanchez was linked, and Endo, the Japanese international, John, from Liverpool, is also linked to Celtic, but he's more of a holding midfielder, and that would mean Callum would be pushed up one, and Endo would be on the anchor role. So there's 3 right away that's linked to Celtic, John. So we're hoping that these are all top quality players. We're hoping that it's top quality we get in the door.
Aye, but we've already got a top quality Japanese holding midfielder in Tomoki Iwata. So I don't know anything about Endo, but I'll take your word for it. He's a decent player. Hey, look, Liverpool don't sign duds,
That's it, John. And that's the end of the podcast for the night. So well done, Celtic. If you can hit that like button, share, subscribe as well, and hit the notification bell as well, because that seems to be helping us just now. So hit that notification bell if you don't mind. John, we'll catch you next week, buddy.
That was poor, that Endo remark you made there.
John, see you next week, buddy.
See you next week. Hail, Xander. See you later, mate.
Yeah,